have a chance to cue that up and show it again. We had two incidences, of course. The other involving Maxwell Root and Anthony Imperato, so almost in succession we had those. By the way, folks, just a quick reminder in terms of this series, and Dave and Dick certainly may have gone over it. Okay, watch the replay right here. I believe this is our first incident. There goes Imperato diving to the bottom, and bam, there's Root, who sort of turned in, and neither had anywhere to go. So that's the situation in the first incident that we saw. The second you saw was a hard contact with Luck. So we have a gold and a platinum series. The gold cars are the older models, and you can identify them with the yellow background on their numbers. The guy who has been number one in this series all year long has been Victor Gomez IV. There's the replay of that hard hit by Charlie Luck. Gomez, by the way, now sits in the third position. He has been unstoppable in 2018 in the gold division in particular. He has won 10 times this year. But he's got work to do in the early going. That's going to take a little work there, and again, I don't think there's any. Dave, can you see the actual area in which Luck went off?
Yeah, I sure can. I mean, the track itself is clean.
That's my question,
Yeah,
yes.
The track itself is clean, and all that fluid that dumped out was all done on the dirt. Drivers left, so I don't think there's going to be any track maintenance at all. Maybe a quick sweep, but nothing, no liquid on the racing line.
BR Code, the good folks, the Under the Sun, in the Valley of the Moon. BR Code Winery and Olive Oil Company has been making small lot vineyard insulated wines since 1984. The natural beauty of the winery offers an inviting, relaxed environment, discovering new wines and tasting throughout our renowned, handcrafted, extra virgin olive oils and vinegars. Come visit us at BR Code today. And Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito built his own micro-distillery and has since won award upon award for his exceptional vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka is distilled from corn and is naturally gluten-free. Visit the Tito's Vodka Bar located near the souvenir trailers behind the main grandstand. And after the race, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Tito is handcrafted to be savored responsibly.
Yeah, it looks like we got a little track maintenance going on over there where Luck did go off. They're about ready to pull his car up on that flat toe, but the equipment trailers over there, I think they're working on some of the tires that cushioned the impact for him when he did, had he moved them around, bounced them around, they're probably going to reposition them and make sure that they have good coverage of that hard impact zone so that in case someone else does go off, their car will sustain less damage and it will be able to absorb some of the impact.
Yeah, and a quick reminder, folks, again, these are timed events, so that clock is running right now. That clock is counting down at this very moment. And just a reminder, we mentioned coming in that Trenton Eastap was the point leader with 3 victories to his credit, 378 points. That was going into yesterday. So again, those points have obviously been altered given yesterday's results. I did not have a complete up-to-date rundown, but I can tell you that he's the point leader and had a solid day yesterday. Ramon DeAngelis driver who sat in the second position in points coming into this affair. Roman has also been a victor a couple of times. Those victories coming up with Watkins Glen and Barber Motorsports Park. Ed Kalkman, who was rooted in a great battle yesterday, David, from Germany, Park Place Motorsports entry. He's also been a winner twice this year, and he rounds out your top 3 in points. In the gold division, we mentioned it's Victor Gomez the fourth with 10 victories. Has had a very solid year. Rob Farrell in car number 5. We'll see him out. He was a podium finisher yesterday. Farrell has been on the podium 7 times and a runner-up at Road America. And running out your top 3 in the gold class, Dallas, Texas' Bill Smith in the Kung Fu Saloon sponsor car. And 4 runner-up, 4 podiums for him. He was runner-up at Watkins Glen and Road America.
Well, there is a complete exodus occurring right now of all the track repair personnel to get back into their vehicles and get back into their respective positions so that we can get this race back underway. An awesome job by the Sonoma Raceway track prep crew. I saw Stacy down there directing traffic, so to speak, and doing the great job that he does here at the Speedway. So again, everyone, look at that fleet of cars making their way out. So I have a feeling we're going to be going green pretty soon here, gentlemen.
I get the same idea because everybody's scrubbing tires coming through here, although the lights are still flashing atop the pace cars. So they must have gotten word on their radios that they're probably going to go green next time. They're trying to get some heat into those tires before that happens. We'll have to keep our eye on the pace cars. He comes down the S's in front of you, David, and see if those lights do go out. If they do, that's an indication that the green flag will come out the next time they cross the start-finish line. All the emergency personnel and all the equipment has gone from that impact zone, and track looks clear over in your area.
Well, let me tell you something that's going to be interesting to watch, and that's going to be the progression of car number 7, Maxwell Root, who was unfortunately involved in that incident with Anthony Imperato, who in that particular situation went from 3rd all the way back now to what is the 14th spot. He is a very fast driver in a very fast car, and it'll be very fun to watch him snake his way through traffic. He's going to have his hands full, to say the least. All right, coming by my position here in the 8s or the S's, and as I look, I believe the lights are off. Lights are off the pace car. We will go green this time by.
Good work by the crew to get everything back instead as we see the pace car snaking around through 9 and 9A. Not surprisingly, negotiated that without any difficulty, unlike several of the cars we've seen over the last 2 days. Now they stretch it out just a little bit. Robichon is at the point. We'll see if he stretched it out. Snakes around, trying to clean off those tires. And we're just moments away from restarting this event. And we're back. Robichon gets away, but S-Step trying to hang with him, gentlemen.
Watching as they come up the hill. Robichon comes across the line first, followed by the number 3 car of Trenton S-Step. Boy, look at Root in car number 7 trying to work his way back up. I think at the restart he was down in about 14th spot. He's going to work his way back up through the field. He started up in the 2nd row when the green flag waved to start this event. They're up into 3 out of my sight, down into 4. And here comes Zach Robichon already down into the S's. Everybody's single file. The top 4 cars are breaking away from the rest of the field, David.
No doubt about it. It is all Robichon, and again stretches out about a 7-car length advantage over Estep going into turn number 7 for the first time on this restart. DeAngelis and Coltman follow behind in 3rd and 4th, respectively. In the meanwhile, the flight of one, Maxwell Root, continues 3 wide into turn number 7. He tries to get inside a couple of other racers. I believe he passed 3 cars in one fell swoop. He gets inside of Carrazzo and Gomez. Gomez is going to hold serve just ahead of him, but my goodness, Root is on a tear.
And lots of dirt kicked up as we would anticipate. Yeah, we believe Maxwell Root, a very talented young man. He's going to gather back up and try to storm at least into a podium finish, as we have reached about the 30-minute mark remaining in this event, just a little bit more than that. We'll keep an eye also on Victor Gomez, the 4th, to see if he can move his 25 machine up further on the grid in the battle of the coal division.
Yeah, it was Coltman that kicked up the dirt. It was the 4th place car over there in turn 10. Here comes Zach Robichon starting to pull out that lead again like he usually does. And he's really leaving the rest of the field behind. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they pulled a gap over the rest of the field, but Robichon is gone already. Looking for Maxwell Root. I think he picked up a couple of spots. I see he has scored in 12th. I think he started 14th.
Well, Root has gained 2 more spots in that sentence that you just said there, Dick, as he's now gotten around both Gomez and I believe Smith in the Kung Fu Racing Porsche. He is now in hot pursuit of, I believe, Pordad in car number 20. Check that, car 52, Fazekas, is the next one that is in Root's crosshairs. Having said that, back to our lead group. Robichon in front of Estep, DeAngelis and Coltman. DeAngelis and Coltman in a really good battle right now as those two make their way through the S's. As we speak, Root makes another pass, gets around Fazekas. So Root on a tear right now. He has made up a bunch of spots, and I believe finds himself up into position number 9.
Yeah, going to try to climb up even further within his division, which will be the other battle that confronts him as he strives for a podium finish. Gomez is still running in that 3rd position behind Fazekas and Smith. But I'll tell you, Robichon has just been absolutely on fire. He has stretched that lead over Estep by 2.148 seconds.
Up the hill they come. Robichon continues to move away, followed by Estep. And it's the number 1 car of Roman DeAngelis. Starting to spread out a little bit, looking for the number 7 car of Root. There he goes. Comes by our position here. He was 9th when he crossed the start-finish line, so he's picked up 5 positions in 2 laps, according to the official scoring.
Well, he's got Fred Pordad, car number 20, in front of him. I wouldn't doubt that we're going to see Root put down probably one of the faster laps of the entire field here, maybe this time by, as he does have some clear space ahead of him to make up some of that advantage that the rest of the field has on him. In the meantime, the battle for 3rd continues between DeAngelis and Coltman. And soon here, I have a feeling DeAngelis is going to be crawling right underneath the rear wing of the number 3 car Estep. And this is going to be a 3-way battle for 2nd here momentarily.
When has DeAngelis not been in a battle over the last 2 days? It's just constant. As we got drivers really starting to cut that 9A area. That time it looked almost intentional. They're trying to find a little bit of advantage as they come out of 9A and head towards turn number 10. Robichon, Estep, DeAngelis, and Coltman. So Coltman and DeAngelis, who did such great battle yesterday, they're still bedded together. Metney, right now running in the 5th position overall.
And Robichon up to his old tricks against just pulling away from the field, leaving everybody. It's still a good battle between Estep and DeAngelis for that 3rd spot. And here comes Coltman trying to make it a 3-way battle for 2nd spot. That's 3, 1, and 71. Estep, Roman DeAngelis, and Coltman all fighting for 2nd, all running together, nose to tail. In the meantime, Zachary Robichon, color him gone as he heads down into the S's.
Meanwhile,
Rather-
we're watching a little bit of that battle right now between Carrazzo, that's within a class final, and Victor Gomez. That's the 27 and the 25 car. Beautiful cars, very easy to see. There's the 25 of Gomez, and he's locked in a battle there as well. He looks like he got around Portad to move a little bit forward, and again, those are two easy to identify cars on the course.
Well, right now, Root has gotten around Fred Pordat, now has Bobby in that beautifully painted McLaren colors, if you will, that sky blue with the Le Mans orange stripe up the hood and the roof. So as they come right in front of me now, that red, white, and blue number 7 machine is Root in hot pursuit of Kamami, heading down into turn 9 now.
Meanwhile, we have really got a lock, if you can have a look at the screens, of this great battle in the cold division. And it's ranging between Gomez, Carrazzo, Farrell. They're all in the mix, fighting for position. So that's a battle within a battle to get on the podium in Sunoco Victory Lane. Meanwhile, up front, Andy Andrews closed a little bit on S-Step. Well, he's about a second, 1.1 seconds behind him. Good racing throughout.
You know, Robichon is gone, but second, third, and fourth seem to be just about holding position. I don't know if they're saving something for later, maybe trying to conserve some tires for a hard charge at the end. And boy, here comes Root. He's all over Kabami as they come up into turn 3, less than half a car length behind him as they crest the hill in 3.
Yeah, Root has really been running on a rail here. He's right up behind the number 43 machine in Kamami. It's just a matter of time. My guess he's going to make a move going in the carousel as he did on Pordat a lap ago, and does. Pulls to the inside, makes the pass cleanly to the inside of Kamami. So now take Root up to P7 from 14.
Well, there's a candidate for the hard charge award, no question. We will certainly learn that in Sunoco Victory Lane in just a matter of a few minutes, as we're closing in on about 24 minutes remaining in this affair. And my, oh my, they're getting aggressive out there, Dave.
Boy, they are. Coming out of the carousel, we just had a number of cars take to mow the lawn. As I say that battle further back that you mentioned in gold between Fazekas, Gomez, Ferial, and Carrazzo is not slowing down whatsoever. Fazekas with the better of it right now in front of Gomez. Gomez in that brightly colored number 25 car with that fluorescent orange stripe up the hood. That battle into turn 9, Pat.
And that's the battle for number 1 in the division. That is Gomez trying to get to the front. And Fazekas trying to hold him off. And Victor Gomez, who's had his run of things in 2018, is finally getting to the front. A little tough going right now, as Fazekas is not going to give in without a fight.
Boy, that's a great battle. And again, everybody kicking up the dust down there at the exit of 9, and Kolkman consistently does it. That's why his car is looking a little dusty. He spent a lot of time doing some agricultural racing down there. There's the battle for gold coming up there. Boy, they are nose to tail. Look at that. Carrazzo. It's Gomez and Ferial. What a battle. Just out of my sight up into 3, go down into turn 4. They should pop into view as they enter.
And Gomez is to the inside of Fazekas and makes the pass going into and out of turn number 4. So it's Gomez getting around Fazekas. Now Ferial just behind him. Carrazzo now to the outside. He's going to take 2 cars on the outside, Dick.
Not quite. Yeah, he's going to do it. He finishes. He stays outside and gets that second car as he's moved up 2 positions in the carousel.
And Fazekas just pushed him off. Holy smokes, Pat. Fazekas just pushed Carrazzo off into the dirt. So Carrazzo, who had the 2-car advantage, goes back 2 more spots. All the while, Gomez now gets away from everybody in that class, and it's now a 3-way battle for second. Fazekas, Ferial, and Carrazzo.
Well, Carrazzo got in the dirt and never lifted. And here's a replay. I don't know what we'll get. This may be the pass for the lead. But it got dicey after that, and that's an example. This is just as important as what is at the very front of the grid, because this is a battle within the division. And Gomez, who's owned it, but I'm telling you, Carrazzo, he's going to be elbows up here in a minute. Good stuff further back. And there's Robichon, and Zachary's on his own magic carpet ride at the moment. Well, that's a pretty car. He has had that car on rails. Speaking of a gentleman who really began his career at the age of 14, unheard of in today's world. That's the Continental Automotive Group, driven by Zachary Robichon.
Well, what is now a four-way battle for second position in the gold class between Gomez, Fazekas, Ferial, Carrazzo, and Smith in the Kung Fu Porsche 991. Those four head down to the carousel. Pat, you can see him from your vantage point going down to the north end of the drag strip.
And everybody indeed is Kung Fu fighting right now, and that's what it's been. It has been hand-to-hand out there and has been physical. Don't tell me that road racing is not physical. It is here today, and one goes all the way around.
Boy, they sure do. It's been a little crazy throughout. We've got some action at 9.
That's Alan Metney in the I-Fly number 99, and now he's got problems. He's doing a three-point turn, oh my gosh, right in front of the field. This is where it gets a little bit heavy.
Meanwhile, back at the front, Robichon is going to hide from everybody. The battle behind him, no change there. As you've got Estep and DeAngelis, followed by Coltman as they come through. Root has now moved up into 5th spot. Root in the number 7 car, back up to 5th. He's going to try and catch up to Coltman, DeAngelis, and Estep and see if he can get up to the podium.
Yeah, that's the issue there, Dick, is he tries to move forward in the field and get to a podium finish. But what a run by Maxwell Root. This is why so many are so high on him.
Well, Max Root has his work cut out for him, but with about 19.5 minutes left and clear raceway up ahead, he doesn't have to dice with anyone and can just put the throttle down and put some great laps together. As I see that, and we look a little further back to that battle in the gold division for second position, nothing has quieted down there. It is still Fazekas in front of Ferial, Carrazzo, and Smith. The four-way battle heading down through the carousel again. Gomez the 4th, he is out on his own now in first position in that class. He's already to turn 7. But here comes the four-way battle for second. Let's see if anyone makes the pass. Carrazzo likes going late on the brakes into this corner and has made a pass a couple of times before. Things better up at this time. It's single file through turn 7. They fan out from that corner. It looks like they're going to go too wide for just a moment, but that's not the case. Fazekas still at the front of that freight train.
Well, Gomez is now stretched it out to about a 5-second advantage, so it's going to be very difficult to catch the gentleman who has controlled things. Here comes Carrazzo. Now, you can see him easily. He's got the orange stripe or that lime green kind of color, not quite covering the color, but you get the gist of it, that he has been absolutely aggressive trying to get forward, trying to use that outside line a little bit earlier until he ran out of racing real estate. He's dancing around now. Can he get to the inside there? Not quite, as he continues to put pressure on Rob Farrell. Good battle throughout the field.
Boy, that battle comes up the hill in front of me, and it is hot and heavy. It's a 52 leading that contingent as they come through up here. Fazekas got a whole bunch of people trying to catch up to him. Last time I checked, Root, just eyeballing it, David, looked like he was about 14, 15 seconds behind that battle that's going on between Colkman in 71, DeAngelis in 1, and Estep in car 3. That's that three-way battle for second.
Boy, you would make Stephen Hawking look like an amateur because you called it. He's almost exactly 14 seconds behind that battle. You know, gentlemen, I got to tell you, with the exception of maybe a motocross race, I do not remember the last time we saw so much dirt and dust kicked up around Sonoma Raceway during a road race. These guys are getting at it as that four-way battle in gold class continues now through turn 7, entering into the 8s. Fazekas now starts to stretch it out just a little bit over Ferial with Carrazzo and Smith in tow behind.
Now, Dave, I'd like you to put a little estimate in terms of percentage. To what degree do you think that there's still going to be some fireworks in that group?
100%.
No question. And I agree with this assessment. I have never seen so much dirt kicked around this racetrack. Now, that being said, it's kind of fun. And they're using every inch of it. Robichon, he doesn't have to use every inch of the racetrack. He keeps it between the rails. He's going to be going back into victory lane for the 6th consecutive time. Estep, your point leader, not hurting himself, running a nice second and he's by himself as well.
Well, I can tell you that Root is starting to chip away. It's not a 12-second gap between himself and the battle for third.
Yeah, it's going to become a time issue, though, because we're down to about 16 minutes and change, so he'd have to pluck a couple of seconds a lap to get up there and be in a position to challenge. And again, we've talked about this. One thing to catch him, another thing to go around him. And the first guy he's going to have to attack would be Kolkman in 71, who was obviously a tough guy to pass yesterday, if you remember the battle that waged with him.
No doubt about it. Again, the four-way battle in the gold class for second spot continues. Fazekas now with a comfortable lead of about 7 car lengths. As they see that, Carrazzo looks to the inside of Ferriol, but is not able to make the pass. Again, Smith in the Kung Fu Saloon, Porsche 991, happy to sit behind and watch it all unfold in front of him. Through the corner they come right now as I am delivered lunch by Tyler's wife. Thank you very much, ma'am. Appreciate that. Back to action on the track, and into turn 9 goes that battle.
Yeah, indeed, and that is a tight battle. Once again, we thought there'd be some more fireworks, and there they are. So less than 15 minutes to go in this affair. Robichon still out front over a step. The analysts trying to close up there and move up one more step on the podium.
Fazekas and Ferriol going by, still battling as they come by us here. And you got that great battle in the gold category we're talking about. 52 Fazekas is leading it as they went by here. Kurt Fazekas in the Kelly Moss Road and Race entry. But what a train behind him. Look at that trio behind him in pursuit, David, as they come out of the carousel.
I'm telling you, it has stayed the same for many laps now. Ferriol in front in the red, white, blue car. The chartreuse in orange of Carrazzo, and then the all orange and white Kung Fu Porsche of Smith trails just behind. That would be positions 3, 4, and 5, respectively, making their way through the S as they go. Each car covered with a thin layer of dust. Wonder how that got there.
I have no idea, but Carrazzo, who has been in the thick of it, as we've said, Farrell was on the podium yesterday in that 5 machine, and Carrazzo was just absolutely all over it. There's just no question that Carrazzo, who has been using every bit of this racetrack, is more than willing to use a little bit more of it.
At the exit of 2, Root is about 11.8 seconds behind Kolkman. So he's whittling it down, but he's just going to run out of time. He's not going to get close enough to do anything about it before the time runs out.
You know, as I look to that turn 9A bus stop chicane where everyone's been off-roading, you can visibly see a line of dirt through that corner, and it almost surprises me that we haven't had more cars looping around because of all the marble created by that condition. Nonetheless, it's making things interesting as our leaders make their way into turn number 10.
Beautiful sight. I mean, the other thing, just visually, these cars are so stunningly attractive here on this beautiful road course as they are completing the second day of competition here. There goes Robichon by one more time. He is just absolutely like clockwork in that machine. That lead is 4 seconds over Estep. DeAngelis is 5.6 seconds behind. So that one well established. Looks like Gomez has things pretty well in hand as well.
That gap between Root and Kolkman did not really change, maybe a couple of tenths of a second on that last lap. So I think that's pretty much it. Root's got it as high as he's going to go in 5th spot. He's not looking at a podium unless something untoward happens before the checkered flag waves.
All right, well, in the gold class, Fazekas continues to pull away in 2nd spot, but that battle for 3rd, the three-way battle for 3rd between Ferriol, Carrazzo, and Smith, not letting up one moment. They're now to the bottom of turn 4, over the rise in 5, and as they dump into the carousel, only about 1 car length separates each car in that freight train. So again, coming up on 10.5 minutes left in this one, I'm sure there is some more action yet to come out on track, let alone in that class.
Boy, and still, we have drivers that are using, oh, we got to spin. Kwame, the 43 machine, gets it fired up in a hurry. So didn't get mired down too much, but boy, that rear end just came around, and there for a moment was just a passenger.
Top 5 have all gone by me here now. Root still in pursuit. Not about to give up, still trying to figure out a way that he can catch up to the rest of that field and maybe try and make a move on Colkman and DeAngelis and make it up to the podium. But time keeps ticking away and his chances keep getting slimmer as that continues. The gold battle in front of me. It's still the number 52 car leading it, but then you've got 3 cars all battling for 2nd in the gold category, and they're running nose to tail as they have for about the last 5 or 6 laps, Dave, and you called it. They're just doing some beautiful driving as they go down into the carousel turn now. There's your gold leader, number 52, going in, and here comes that trio right behind him.
Actually, leader would be Victor Gomez, and he's about 3 turns ahead of the rest. No, that's quite all right, I got to tell you, because Gomez, he's checked out so far, no one knew it. Right now, Fazekas, who has really stretched it out in that 2nd position, he's got a fairly comfortable lead over that battle for what would be 3rd. Ferriol, however, Carrazzo, and Smith, that 3-way coming to us now. It looked like Ferriol had managed to stretch it a little bit, and but Ferriol is certainly going to be coming into the grips of Carrazzo here shortly, down into turn 9.
Race leader out of carousel on his way up into turn 7, still in pursuit. Estep, DeAngelis, and Colton.
Boy, it looks like in the time running through the hourglass that the charge by Maxwell Root is simply going to run out of time in terms of making it to the podium. But man, oh man, did he fight back. That's something people are going to take notice of. There's Estep crossing the line with DeAngelis still trying to gain on him.
Carrazzo getting racy, looking to the outside of Ferriol, now to the inside of Ferriol. Is he going to make the attempt to go? Oh, that was close, right underneath the rear deck lid of Ferriol is Carrazzo. Carrazzo gets a good drive on a 7 and sneaks up right behind as they enter the S's. Coming out of 7, Ferriol fishtailed a little bit, lost a little drive, but that certainly played to the advantage of Carrazzo. Down into turn 9, they're coming to you, Pat.
Go at, oh, there he goes! Oh! Wow!
A double pirouette from Carrazzo and into the wall.
I mean, Dick Button had to call that. I mean, he went everywhere.
Boy, that was intense. Both through the infield, outfield, and the infield again.
My gosh, been an adventure.
Well, that takes care of that portion of the battle in the gold class. And thankfully, everyone gets through unscathed, including Carrazzo, who manages to be back underway. And that's now a two-way battle for what would be third position. Farrell and Smith coming to you there, Dick.
Yeah, here they come, coming out of here. Everybody's holding up nines for that double pirouette.
There's the replay, by the way. That's about 360s, I think, minimum on Carrazzo as we saw the replay.
A 980.
Boy, Tony Hawk's taking notes from that one.
Oh, my gosh.
Having said that.
And, you know, he slides right in front of the field, which could have been even dicier.
The fact that he missed everybody and is still able to get back into competition, remarkable. Having said all that, Smith and Farrell now going at it hammer and tongs. Smith looks to the inside of Farrell going into 7th, but is not going to make the move. Boy, he is right there. So Farrell in the Kung Fu car looking strong. And we have a car off track to the entrance of the carousel. I believe that's going to be the number 44 machine belonging to Greg Palmer. Greg Palmer comes to a stop on driver's left up to the entrance of the carousel. Dick, that's probably just outside of your sight line. He gets it fired.
No, I can
back
see him
out
now.
on track now.
He went off track. He went off driver's left, and he was at a diagonal angle facing the track. Had to wait for a break in traffic. The corner workers were able to signal him and let him know when it was safe to come back out on track, and he did just that.
Okay, now 4.5 minutes left. 4.5 minutes left in this one. Robichon way out in front of Estep and DeAngelis. Coltman and Root round out your top 5 in the platinum class. Again, the gold battle. Gomez the 4th, way out front. Fazekas in 2nd position, car 52. The battle for 3rd continues, however, between the 5 of Farrell and the 42 of Smith. Those two making their way over the turn 3A area now, down into turn 4. I think Smith may have Farrell's number. He's taken a peek a couple of times going into turn 7 the last few laps. I'm very curious to see if he tries to make that move this lap or the next. Meantime, those two make their way through the bottom of the carousel.
Yeah, they're on their way down there now. In the meantime, I also noticed that the number 71 car, David Kolkman, seems to be dropping back a little bit behind DeAngelis. Not as close as he was before. He's starting to fade a little, and if he's got a problem, that could work to the advantage of Root.
No doubt about it. In the meantime, here comes that battle for 3rd position in the gold class. Fazekas, car 52, the bright blue and orange machine, all by his lonesome into turn number 9. But here comes the battle between Farrell and Smith. Smith pulls to the inside of Farrell going into 9. The thinks better of it, ducks back in behind, and is going to go single file through turns 9, 9A, and then 10. 3 minutes left in the Porsche GT3 Cup Series final.
Yeah, that battle you're talking about it for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the gold class. And the gold class leader just comes by us now, car number 25. That is Victor Gomez the 4th in the NGT Motorsport entry. And Farrell so far is managing to hold off the challenges of Smith as he comes through here up at the top of the hill.
You're right about that. I've got to ask myself if it's just a matter of time before we see a dive bomb move into 7 or perhaps into 9, maybe even the entrance to the carousel where we've seen some movement in races so far today. Having said that, those two, Farrell and Smith, make their way through the bottom of the carousel and now down to the north end of the drag strip heading into turn number 7. Looks like Smith has himself a nice run, pulls to the outside of Farrell. Not going to make a pass there. Moving through 7 again, it is nose to tail for that portion of the racetrack.
Yeah, under 2 minutes to go, and Coltman continues to fall back from that 3rd place car of DeAngelis. He's in the 71 car, the red and black Porsche. And the car, a lot of dust on that as he's had a couple of offs over in that turn 9A area himself.
Well, it's now a 9-second gap between Max Root and Dave Kolkman. Well, so much to your point, not enough time for sure for Root to be able to catch up to Kolkman. Coming up now on 1 minute left in this Porsche GT3 Cup final. And it's been very interesting to say the least as Robichon heads into turn number 9. Checking the starter stand to see if the flag is going to be displayed as Robichon makes his way out of turn number 12. There it is, white flag, last lap. Today's GT3 Cup Championship. Race number 2 here at Sonoma, our leader up to turn 2.
And Robichon with a very comfortable lead as he comes through here. He's already almost to the entrance of 3 as that battle for second behind him between Estep and Roman DeAngelis gets into the corner. They go by a long way now back to Kolkman in the number 71 car. He's running in the 4th spot and waiting for Root. Root's closing up, but he's just, as we said before, doesn't have the time. I think Kolkman's got some problems with his car. He's a little off the pace he had earlier, and Root's still charging, but not close enough to make a move.
Okay, so here's that battle for what will be 3rd place in the gold division between Farrell and Smith. If Smith is going to make a move, it's going to have to happen here going into turn 9. He pulls to the outside. Farrell takes a very defensive line into the corner. Smith cannot get by. There's one last shot, and that's going to be coming out of 10, going into the tight right-hander turn number 11. We're going to follow them now through the sweeping right-hander turn 10. Let's see if Smith and that orange Porsche can make a move underneath Farrell. Into the corner they go. Farrell takes a very defensive line through turn number 11. They emerge from behind the John Cardinale and Media Center, and it looks like Farrell will hang on to the position.
And they're going to get to do it one more time. Now they get the white flag. They are on their final lap, so we get to see this play out again as they come on up the hill. Boy, Smith is all over him as they come up into that corner. As they go into turn 3, Smith all over the back of the number 5 car of Farrell. Watching them when they come out of turn 4, you'll see it.
Smith to the inside of Farrell in 4, and Smith goes way sideways, hanging a couple of wheels off in the dirt, does not make the pass and loses about 7 car lengths. So that hurt Smith a lot. He went for the gold going into turn 4, but it was not to happen. So the question is there enough time for him to catch back up and make another attack?
In the meantime, while we're looking at that, Robichon took a checkered flag for the win, followed by Estep and Roman DeAngelis. That's your top 3.
So that battle for 3rd position in Gold Class. Gold Cup makes their way out of turn at number 7 for the final time. It looks like Farrell's going to have the measure of Smith, but boy, Smith is charging hard. Smith is charging hard down into turn number 9. Is there an opportunity for him to get by? Hard on the brakes they goes. Not close enough for Smith, but here again, he's made up a bit of real estate. So if he gets a good drive out of 9 and through 10, maybe a move into turn 11. We're gonna put the glasses on and take a look. No, Farrell has really stretched it out. It doesn't look like Smith is going to be close enough to mount a charge. So it looks as if Farrell will hang on to that 3rd position in GT3 Cup Gold.
Yeah, Smith had a shot up in 4. He took it and it didn't quite work, and it cost him because he dropped way back as a result.
So the field rundown in the GT3 Platinum class, it is Zach Robichon, car number 19 with the win, followed by the number 3 car of Estep. Roman DeAngelis, car number 1, will finish 3rd, followed by Dave Kolkman in 5th position, car 71. Check that 4th position, car 71. And rounding out your top 5, a masterful run by Maxwell Root in car 7. Finishing in P5. The winner in Gold Class is going to be Victor Gomez the 4th, followed by Kurt Pazakis in car 52. Theriol in car number 5 will finish in 3rd spot, followed by Smith, and then Sebastian Carrazzo, car 27, will round out your top 5. Well, we'd like to invite all of you down to the south end of the grandstand to Sunoco Victory Lane for post-race ceremonies with our lead announcer, Pat Sullivan. It's always a lot of fun and frolic, needless to say, in that area, so go check that out. Remember, we still have plenty more coming your way, folks. Next up on the docket will be our historic Trans Am race number 2, kicking off in about 10 minutes. And don't forget, 3:30 this afternoon, the Grand Prix of Sonoma Verizon IndyCar Series season finale. David Kay with you here, high above turn number 8, joined by my partner in crime in turn 2, Dick Sizich, and of course our lead announcer at Mission Control, Pat Sullivan. Want to welcome you all to another great weekend here at Sonoma Raceway.